What's going on, Lost Ark PvPers? Many of you know the Korean Royal Roaders Lost Ark PvP tournament has been running from February 19th through March 19th, but it has only been casted in Korean and without any English subtitles, so we're here to replay a lot of that footage for you and put our own English casting over top of it. So hope you enjoy it, and let's get after it. All right, and we're going to get this first match of Group A underway. We're looking at red team coming in with Striker, Bard, Zerker versus blue team's War Dancer, Gunslinger, Bard. Over on red team, you actually have Typhoon on the Striker. He was the only GM Striker, and if you've watched any of Kanon's tier list videos for PvP, that's the person he is talking with. And Hit actually is a notorious Zerker player nicknamed Bard Hunter, actually one time. And right now coming in immediately with that Tempest Slash, getting the knockdown himself. And bottom side, we've got Typhoon coming in on the Lightning Kick, getting some nice damage off immediately on that Gunslinger. Coming in with the Tiger Toss, getting the Bard again, and Hit is actually going to take his ultimate and use that opportunity right there to pump some big damage into the blue team's Bard right away, putting them low HP. Bottom side of the map is Gunslinger, looking for an opportunity. Did just get jumped on, but right now you've actually got Hit down in their spawn, putting the pressure on to blue team, taking out the Bard already. There it is. First Bard down for this tournament by Hit. Tiger Toss coming in again. Coming in with the freeze jump. Does get stunned out by the Bard with the Rhapsody coming out to provide some protection. Gunslinger putting out a snipe. Red team backing off, regrouping over onto the left side of the map by their spawn. CC immunity protection coming out by red team right now. And you've actually got top side Striker, bottom side Zerker. Hit did get knocked, but does get peeled off for his Bard. Comes in, gets the Quake off on the Gunslinger. Gunslinger eating the Tempest Slash into the red dust. Running away right now, slowly getting whittled down by that bleed damage. Looking to get a snipe off. Hit rolls away preemptively, managing to avoid that snipe damage. Gunslinger actually avoiding the freeze jump from Striker, but does get finished off by the follow-up. And Hit actually coming in, looking to get the Bard again, releasing the Berserk Fury right there. And is actually going to look to pick up another kill here. Not quite. Hit actually goes over into the enemy team spawn because he is technically safe in the fire at that HP pool. The fire cannot kill you. It will only do % HP damage down to a certain point, but it will not finish you. So even at that low HP, he was safe there. He's not able to pick off another kill before he goes down, however. And you actually have here right now, Bard coming in, looking to get a pick off on Striker. Misses, however, but you are going to have Typhoon, very low HP, looking to follow up on the engagement by Hit. Hit's going to take down the Bard again here and look to pick up another kill with the Execute, picking up a quick double kill by Hit. And you're going to have Typhoon quickly pursue. Gunslinger bottom side does get freeze grenaded, but before the Gunslinger can finish him off, Hit comes in, makes the Gunslinger back off. Blue team coming out of their respawn right now, finishing off Typhoon to make it 4-3, Red's lead. You've got Hit currently knocked up and caught by the team, but he is protected by his Bard, mitigating that damage while he's in that CC. And you're actually going to have Hit get knocked again. Uses his roll this time after getting knocked by the War Dancer. And you're going to have Typhoon on that bottom side, lifted up by the Bard, using his roll there, disengaging back towards his team, peeling off for his Bard, who did get engaged on by the War Dancer. War Dancer looking, getting the knock on Hit. Hit using his roll here, trying to pick up a nice shoulder tackle. Doesn't get it, goes in for the Windblade. Does not connect with the Windblade on the disengage. Does get initially staggered by the Rhapsody, but nothing else came out of it from blue team. Blue team did have their ultimate come out by the Bard right there, so they had a little bit of protection. Hit is very low at the moment. Does need to be careful. Blue team looking to heal up a little bit right now from the Bard's healing. And they're actually going to almost top off here. And you're going to have Hit come in very quickly. Misses the shoulder tackle off of the Windblade and unable to connect with the Tempest Slash. And you're actually going to have the War Dancer get a knock on Hit here. Hit is still very low, but blue team is not able to finish anything off. Hit getting the first bit of that execution and counter rolls out of his Windblade and gets the Sword Storm off onto the War Dancer to take care of that Typhoon that he was releasing. And Typhoon himself actually with a huge ult here, finishing off the Bard. Very low HP inside that 30-second mark, so there is more damage and more crit coming out of the players right now. And the Hit is actually going to pick up yet another kill onto blue team. And they are going to move away with this 6-3 in the first round. Very strong showing of red team here in the very first matchup against blue. And they are just going to keep blue team on the back foot all the way to the very end here. And they are going to take the first win of this series. Taking a quick look here at the post-game matchup, you can see that it was just a very strong offensive showing by Hit and Typhoon throughout this match. both breaking over 400,000 damage, as well as taking less than 300,000 damage for both of them. And blue team, however, the Bard was just constantly being pressured the entire time, did not get enough support, and they ended up taking over 400,000 points of damage, and that was just a lot of damage to be taking as the support, and it does not allow them to help their own DPS enough. The War Dancer had the best showing on the team, but it was for naught. The Gunslinger just couldn't really get the ball rolling, it seems, and there's just a lot of great pressure coming out by Hit and Typhoon for red team, allowing their Bard to essentially have a very easy time in comparison. So, you know, we'll see how this next match goes and see if blue team's able to make any adjustments to the offensive pressure that is coming out by Hit and Typhoon from red. All right, and let's get this second match underway. Teams have flipped colors for this round. This is a best of 3 series right now. If blue team, Hit, and Typhoon are able to take a win here, they will finish out the series 2-0. You're going to have very quickly coming in War Dancer looking to pick off on the Bard right away. Immediately does get knocked off with the buckshot by the Bard and is going to get knocked themselves. Typhoon coming in, putting out immense punishing pressure on this War Dancer right now, who has forced their role already and does not have it at the moment and is eating lots of damage from multiple players from blue team. The War Dancer already under 50% HP for red, and the only one who's lost some health on blue is Bard. And there goes the War Dancer already. War Dancer already down for red team and is 1-0 blues lead. They have a very strong lead right out the gate with this. And you have right now Hit putting in the work on the Bard yet again over here for red team. The Bard Hunter Hit coming in. The red team Bard is extremely low already. Hit's going to look to finish him off here with the Windblade into the Sword Tempest. Does get it. 2-0 lead for blue team. Hit showing why he has that nickname Bard Hunter. And they are going to put in the finishing touches on the third player of red team, going out with a 3-0 lead. Ultimate coming out from Hit right there. Big damage put immediately onto the Bard yet again. Bard getting Tiger Tossed, does not have roll. Another ultimate coming out there from Typhoon. And you actually see the Bard dropping below 50% HP again already. War Dancer lifted up by the Bard. Full CC'd, eating all the damage. Hit coming in with the Sword Storm to get that Earthquake CC rolled out, is able to stagger off the Bard, get the first hit of the Execute, avoid the stun that came out. Does get lifted, however, but does get some protection from his own Bard, and he's going to look to finish off red team's Bard yet again. Rolls away to the top side, disengaging, waiting for his cooldowns, looking for an opportunity, avoiding the engagement from the War Dancer. And in the meantime, bottom side of the map, Typhoon does finish off the Bard of red team. War Dancer for red is extremely low, dangerously low actually, inside execute range, could fall here at any moment. Is actually going to disengage away back towards their own Bard. It is a 4-0 lead for blue team. Hit is the only one who is in dangerous HP range right now, and you're actually going to see Typhoon take a little bit of damage as he's going to slowly drop into that dangerous HP range. Coming out, Tiger Tossing away in pursuit of the Bard for in pursuit of the Gunslinger actually for red team bottom side, and they still have yet to finish off the War Dancer. There it goes, War Dancer going down, 5-0 lead for blue right now. Hit and Typhoon just putting in immense work onto this team yet again, and Typhoon managing to avoid the collateral damage of the Gunslinger ultimate there that went off on their own Bard. Everybody on blue team is now very, very low HP. Snipe coming in to finish off Typhoon finally, and Hit is going to go as well. 5-2. We have 70 seconds left in this match. They're going to look to get a little 3v1 action here onto the Bard, but not in time to finish them off before the rest of blue team respawns, and they are going to come back out and look to pursue right away. Typhoon coming in, getting the freeze leap into this little bit of damage, avoiding the stagger from the Bard, and is going to Tiger Toss away back in. Looks to get another knock, gets it on the War Dancer. War Dancer uses their roll here, and the Gunslinger is actually going to pop off a snipe and get the knock on Typhoon, as well as finishing off the Bard. Gunslinger bottom side of the map, but in the meantime, blue finishing off the Bard yet again, and their Gunslinger is exceptionally low. This just does not look like it's an ideal situation at all for red team. They need to have a very good series here in the final 30 seconds with the convulsive buff, and unfortunately here it goes. Bard ult just a little too late from red side. Gunslinger is going to fall here, and that's going to give a 4-kill lead to blue team, all but securing their victory with only 10 seconds left in this match. And this is going to let blue team take the series in a very quick 2-0 fashion, and they will move on to the next round of the matchups that we will see today. There it is. Typhoon and Hit putting in the work yet again. And we're going to see the post-game matchup once more. Just looking at it again, Hit and Typhoon with incredibly offensive output performances here. And that Bard from Red Team just not able to escape their onslaught, taking over 470,000 damage in the match, which just was, you know, not a great thing to see for the team. But overall, Red Team was pretty much on the back foot out the gate. It was a 5-0 lead at one time for Blue Team, and Red Team just was not able to get any sort of traction going for themselves. Their Gunslinger having a little bit of a better performance this time around, but the War Dancer was not able to keep up any backline pressure onto Blue Team, which allowed Hit and Typhoon to basically just bully the Red Team's Bard the entire time, unable to escape their onslaught. So we will see how the Blue Team here advances on and see how they perform in the next upcoming matches. Red Team is going to drop into the losers bracket. They are not out. They're still going to be playing matches today, so we'll see if they're able to make any turnaround matches for themselves going forward. And we will move on to the next series of the Group A stage matches. All right, we're going to get the second series of the day underway in Group A. And we actually got Red Team over here with Paladin, Soulfist, War Dancer against Gun Lancer, War Dancer, Summoner. All right, first Summoner and Gun Lancer of the day, as well as first Paladin and Soulfist. Some little bit of variety today moving in for these matches. And Red Team over here is actually one of the oldest teams in KR Royal Rollers existence, perhaps even by age as well. And immediately coming in, Gun Lancer getting some nice peel right away and looking to get that chain pull, but it does get super armored through by Jang right there on the Soulfist. War Dancer, bottom side of the map, and Gun Lancer actually getting off the burst cannon, but some of that damage mitigated by the Paladin with the Ruffians. Looking to get a little bit of damage. The Soulfist is going to get stunned immediately by the Summoner and is going to eat that Phoenix as well while getting bopped on by that Bear. Of managing to prevent the chain pull, but does get knocked again by the Gun Lancer. This Gun Lancer doing a great job of knocking down Red Team consistently here. Paladin paralyzed on the backside. Gun Lancer getting another double knock here, forcing the roll out of Red Team and able to come out with the ultimate right away, getting 2 kills instantaneously with that ultimate. And that is going to be an immediate 2-0 swing for Blue Team. That is a very high damage ulti coming out by the Gun Lancer right away. Paladin on his own, trying to escape, not able to get it, and they are going to get finished off by Blue Team here. That was an absolutely Chadley Gun Lancer ultimate there on the bottom side of the map. He knew exactly what kind of opportunity he had present with that double knock that he had gotten off previously. No roll available from Red Team, and Red Team is immediately on the back foot. 3-0, shielding coming out from the Gun Lancer. They are going to get a knock on the War Dancer topside. Gun Lancer keeping that Soulfist in check. He's doing a great job of keeping that enemy team in check and giving the protection that his team needs. Summoner ulti coming out there, not able to get too much out of it. The War Dancer is low HP and Summoner is going to fall as well. War Dancer coming out of the tornado, very low HP, trying to prevent themselves from getting picked off in an unideal situation. Managing to get some nice extra damage out here on Red Team with that no HP existence for that War Dancer. The chain pull coming out from the Gun Lancer, not able to get it. Backstepping into a knock-up tornado by Red Team, and the Soulfist uses his roll here, still very tanky, and is going to get frozen. Coming out with the counterattack, getting it off on the Paladin, getting that knock on the Paladin as well. Blue Team is allies, the Summoner and War Dancer coming back out, full HP, ready to pump yet again. War Dancer on red falls. It's 4-2 Blues lead at the moment. This Gun Lancer, while low HP, is still very tanky and has a lot of survivability options available to them. Manages to backstep and come out, and unfortunately does get immediately frozen by that War Dancer. And he is actually going to get the knockup on that War Dancer again. Gun Lancer still very low, creating opportunities for his team right now. And he is probably going to fall here very shortly as he gets jumped on by the War Dancer from red. And the War Dancer coming out with their roll, getting the knockoff onto the Summoner. Summoner using their roll here, looking to pick off that War Dancer. War Dancer spacing away immediately, not letting themselves get picked off. Paladin trying to get a knockup, but instead procs the counter effect of the Gun Lancer. Gun Lancer is going to get there. Paralysis Orb missing by the Summoner. War Dancer coming in with the lightning kick, able to get the knockup, and is going to get their ulti off topside. There was some shielding on Blue Team there, so the ulti wasn't too effective as a lot of it was eaten by some shielding, and the Paladin and Soulfist for red team are going to fall here, allowing blue team to take a 6-3 lead. They still have a 3-kill advantage in this series. We have less than 30 seconds at the moment. Red team needs to come in and get a triple kill with no deaths within 25 seconds here, and they're going to get jumped on immediately by the War Dancer of blue team, but they are not able to pick anything off with it. The red team super armoring through the tornado, and you're actually going to have Paladin ultimate coming out here to provide shielding. They're going to get 1 kill here on the summoner, and they are looking to pick up another 2 kills on blue team here, but the gun lancer is also just so tanky. They're not going to be able to pick up a kill on the gun lancer in time before time runs out, and they are unable to even get the one on the War Dancer for blue team either. So the first match is going to go 6-4 to blue team in this series. All right, and let's take a quick look at the post-game breakdown here, and we are going to just see what an incredible performance by that gun lancer. Let me tell you, I want to give credit to the gun lancer. Gun lancers don't get a lot of credit when they deserve it. He had a very good offensive showing as a support in this situation, right? The gun lancer is serving as a very supporty DPS in this environment. A lot of CC, had a great double kill at the beginning. That was his only kills of the match, but that's all that matters, is he, picking up those 2 immediate kills, creating that opportunity for his team to pull away early on, and then just providing great protection throughout the rest of the match. And then you have a very good showing between the War Dancer and the Summoner as well. Very consistent outputs between both of them. Now, looking over at Red, they didn't do too poorly. The Paladin, unfortunately, looks like they got caught out just a little too much, took a lot of damage, while not being able to contribute offensively as much as the Gun Lancer. But that's not the role of the Paladin, right? So, everybody on red team both had 2 deaths, but unfortunately, Soulfist taking the most damage in this matchup. Getting the 3 kills to contribute for themselves, and the War Dancer having a relatively similar showing as well. Everybody on the team, red team, taking over 300,000 damage. Not ideal in that environment. But do keep in mind the War Dancer was low HP at the end there, so it was very close to being just a 1-kill match in this series. But we'll see how they make adjustments here in the second matchup. All right, here we go, y'all. We're gonna get into the second match of the series right now between these two teams. Last round, as you remember, blue team was the Gun Lancer, Summoner, War Dancer. They are now red this time around. They had a very strong offensive showing at the beginning. Let's see if blue team has made any adjustments to the way that they're going to approach this very offensive CC heavy lineup that is coming out of red right now. Both teams moving towards the top side immediately. Counter coming out from the Warlord, not able to get it. Sorry, Gun Lancer. Pardon, English names here. We're going to have a chain pull coming out, but he's not able to get the stun off as the Kamehameha is going to come out from the Soulfist, followed up by an ultimate from the Paladin right away, pushing the Gun Lancer below 50% HP immediately. They want to put him on the back foot right away, make the Gun Lancer play very defensively out the gate. Tornado coming in on blue team's Soulfist right now. War Dancer able to put out some nice DPS initially there, and you're going to have the Soulfist immediately jump backside, look to get some damage off, but is going to get caught inside the War Dancer ultimate here. War Dancer trying to get some follow-up damage as well, but does get knocked out of their follow-up. Jang and the Soulfist and the War Dancer of blue team, very low HP right now, and the only person who's low HP for red team at the moment is the Warlord. But again, Warlords are very tanky, and here he is going to come out with the burst cannon, and you immediately have blue team 2 players in execute HP range right now. And this has very quickly shifted into red team's advantage, and you're going to see 1 kill come out right there on the War Dancer immediately from the burst shot by the Gun Lancer. Gun Lancer going to get the chain pull grab stun onto the Soulfist there, and they're going to go up 2-0 yet again. Paladin still alive, going to drop below 50% HP. Unfortunately there, the War Dancer tried to jump in, but got knocked out of it by the Flame Worm of the Summoner. That's a very unfortunate situation there for the War Dancer, trying to come in and peel for his team, forcing their roll right away. Warlord, Gun Lancer still low for red, but is not falling whatsoever. Paladin below 50% HP for blue team. Red is still up 2-0, and you're going to see a little bit of damage coming out here on red with the little Kamehameha from the Soulfist, and you're going to get the War Dancer lightning kicking in, trying to gets a little, halberd kick off there onto the enemy team's War Dancer to CC them, not using their roll. You're going to see the bear stun coming out here on the Paladin into the Tempest stagger, and you're going to look to see the Warlord get a pick off on the top side, try to CC, but they are going to fall down to the Palm and Gatling gunning of the Soulfist from blue. Flame Worm coming out, not able to connect. You are going to see 2 people fall now from red team. War Dancer also going down. Ultimate coming out from blue's War Dancer, while the Summoner is in the fire, unable to get out, is able to eat some of the damage with shielding, but the Summoner is now low HP on red as well. This match is much closer this time around by both teams. You're gonna have the War Dancer jump in, get the knock. Chain Pull came out by the Gun Lancer, but he was not able to follow up with the bash. He actually got staggered out of it. You're gonna have a Tornado come out from the War Dancer of blue, but he's gonna get knocked out of that. Unable to pick up anything on the Summoner. They're trying to get the finishing blow on the Summoner, but they're not able to get it at this time. You're going to have the Soulfist pursue topside, immediately pick off and finish that Summoner now. And then you are going to have the ultimate come out yet again from the Warlord, and it is going to finish off one of the players from blue team. And at the same time, blue is going to get another finishing blow, and it's going to be 3-3, tying up this series still. Very close match. Paladin, however, is very low, and they're going to fall there. 4-3, Red's lead. They still have an HP advantage even now at this situation. The Burst Cannon coming out, taking out a large chunk of damage onto that War Dancer from blue team, and red team is still keeping themselves all above 50% HP. Frost Jump coming in by the War Dancer of blue. They're looking to get some nice damage out here onto red's War Dancer. He's going to roll away, try and space out, put his Gun Lancer in between himself and the enemy team. The Soulfist, very low HP right now. We are in the last 30 seconds of the match, and the Soulfist is going to fall. There's going to be a lot higher damage output coming out right now. Shielding coming out for both teams at the moment. War Dancer on blue, dangerously low, as well as the Paladin. But very quickly, you see the Warlord's HP falling drastically, and he's going to get executed immediately there. It is 5-4. Red's lead is still very close. They need to finish off the War Dancer of red team, but they're not going to be able to get it in time. In fact, the opposing War Dancer is going to fall, and it's going to be 6-4 Red's lead, and they're going to close out this matchup series 2-0 in this best of 3. It was a very close finishing match there. That right there shows you how much of a damage difference those last 30 seconds can make. All right, looking here at a very quick post-game breakdown, you know, you had a much better showing across the board for blue team this time. It was a lot closer. The War Dancer, however, from blue, taking a lot of damage. And I think part of that came to when they came out of spawn and immediately forced their roll after getting, knocked out of their engagement. That kind of put them in a dangerous spot. And I think that ultimately led to the War Dancer ending up having not as much, not being able to roll when they needed it most. Because they were forced to use their roll so quickly there, so freshly after a respawn. But in those final 30 seconds, you actually did see the Gun Lancer of red team just absolutely get melted by damage in those last 30 seconds. You know, that convulsive buff really makes a huge difference in terms of the damage output that can happen, and that actually made this series very close in this last match, and it could have almost forced a game 3, but unfortunately, you actually did have the War Dancer get finished off once more in the last moments of the match, and that pushed it to a 6-4 definitive win for red team. And you are going to see red team move on to the next round. Blue team is going to move down into the losers bracket, and that is going to wrap up the first day 1 of the Group A stages, and we will catch you guys in the next video for the winners and loser bracket series. All right, we're going to be breaking these videos up into segments of how they, transpire. We'll have the initial Group 1 stages, then we'll have the winners and loser bracket stages, and then we'll have the final stages, and each one will have as a different video segment so that it's easy to pick apart each video and find what you want. We're also going to be looking to add in additional information from the matches in terms of like the player builds and whatnot, and so definitely keep your eyes out for those adjustments as well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you in the next one for the winners and losers bracket series.